All right, good evening, everyone. So this video is to show my students how to an introductory video on the App Inventor, the MIT App Inventor. So first off, how to access it. I'm not going to download it. I know I already have it in my other account. So I'm using this account so as to show you how to access it. So this is a new account. All right. So let's say I've logged in to my Gmail account. The one I want to use is Mrs. Lawal's account, and the account is there. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go to MIT App Inventor. MIT App Inventor. So pick this first link here. Now, once I've picked this link, this is not loading properly. Let me check my connection. Okay. So let me reload this page. All right, good. This is fine. So click on Create App. Now, okay. So let me just select our account now. Select the Gmail account and then click Continue. So you make sure you are signing in. You first sign into a Gmail account, and then I'm sure she has accessed it before. That's why we are not signing up. So I'm just go to the bottom and agree to the terms and condition. So accept terms and condition, terms of service. Okay, so this is the first time. So you select if you are a student or a teacher, or you can select neither. But let's say as a student, you select student. But for me, I will just pick neither teacher nor student. Okay, let's pick students. All right, so let's click next. Thanks. So you'll be sent back to App Inventor in a few seconds. So it takes me back now to App Inventor. You can select this classic or the new. So since we are used to new, let's just go with the new. It's the newest. The classic is old. The new is new. Do not show this message again. Continue. Close. All right. So it takes us to the first page. That's the project page. So here you can create new projects. You can browse for projects from your repository or from a folder or from the cloud, either which way. So I'm just going to click on new projects. So you can see import projects from your computer, from the cloud, you can create a folder. So let's click on new projects, just like we did under, let's say, a test app. Now, you cannot use a space. You cannot use an hyphen. You can only use an underscore. So click OK. All right, so I'm going to take you through the entire environment, just like we did the other in our first class. So in case you missed it. All right, so this part is where your tools or your components, you pick your components. And then this part is the screen where you place your components. Here is where your components are listed. And here is your property, your component property toolbar. All right, so number one is where your components are, where you pick your component. Number two is the screen. Number three is where your components are listed. And number four is the property toolbar. Now let's go to number one now and scroll down. So if you scroll down, it's divided into category. We have the user interface, we have the layout, the media, the drawing and animation, maps, charts, data science, sensor, social, storage, connectivity, Lego Mindstorm, experimental, and extension. So each of these have tools under them. So we start with the user interface. We have the button, checkbox, circular progress, datetime picker, image, label, linear progress, list picker, list view, notifier, password text box, slider, spinner, switch, text box, time picker, and web viewer. All right. Under this layout, we have different layouts there. Absolute arrangement, horizontal arrangement, horizontal scroll arrangement, table arrangement, vertical scroll arrangement. Under media, we have the camcorder, camera, file picker, image picker, player, sound recorder, speech recognizer, text to speech, translator, video player. Okay. Under drawing and animation, we have ball, canvas, image sprite. They are used basically for animation. These are media tools that are used to interact with your media. You want to write a program that will work with your camera, like a gallery, you go to media. Maps. You want to build apps that have to do with maps. We have the circle, feature collection, line string, map, marker, navigator, polygon, rectangle. Under charts, we have the chart data to the trend lines. Data science, we have the anomaly detection regression. Under sensor, we have the accelerometer sensor, barcode scanner, barometer, clock, gyroscope sensor, hygrometer, light sensor, location sensor, magnetic field, near field, orientation sensor, pedometer, proximity sensor, and thermometer. All right, so most of these are also used, like the proximity sensor. When you are making calls with your phones and you put it close to your ears, you discover that your phone goes off. The proximity sensor is responsible for that. When you are playing your game where you tilt your phone to move left or move right, like in the tempo run, you are making use of the orientation sensor. The accelerometer, it has, when you shake your phone, it detects it, and so on. Under social, we have contact picker, email picker, phone calls, phone number picker, sharing, texting. So use this to write uh, write an application that has to do with your mobile phone calls, emails, text, and all that. Storage. Under storage, we have the Cloud DB, data file, spreadsheet, TinyDB, and TinyWebDB. And then we have extension where you can add other extensions. We have connectivity where it connects to your activity starter, Bluetooth client, Bluetooth server, serial web. Then we have Lego Mindstorm for robotics. And then we have for robotics, experimental, chatbot, Firebase DB, image bot. So all these tools, we're going to be using some of them to write our programs in this class. Okay, so let's get into it. And then we'll be explaining every other thing as time goes on. All right, so to start with, let's build a simple app that will just create a magic character. So to do this, the first thing we're going to do is let's change the screen title. On the screen here, you can change the screen title. You can even change the appearance. You can align it at the center. Okay, so that's the screen, entire screen. But let's leave it at the default left. Let's change the screen title to My Magic App. Let's give it that name. Okay. All right. So let's pick a layout, put a vertical layout. Oh, let's not, for now, let's just get an image, put a button there, button, then put an image here, and then put another button at the bottom. So we're going to set the properties of these buttons. Let's start with the button at the top. You can select it here. You can select it here. So what are the properties that you can change? Let's make it bold. Change it to font bold. Change the font size to 20. Okay. The width. Let's fill to parent. That's the width. Okay. The shape. Let's change it to rounded corner. Okay. I forgot the color, the surface color. So the background color. Let's pick something customizable. Why are we on dark and gray? Okay, so let me pick something of this color. Hmm. Okay, so let me pick that gray and I'll make the text. Let me just go with this. Okay, so we'll leave it at this. All right, so few parents rounded the text. Let's name it magic. And then that's it. So let's go to the image now. The image, we're going to pick a picture that we have downloaded online. We downloaded a Mario picture image. So I'm going to select the Mario image. Where is it now? Okay. So we pick this and then we click open and then we click it's there now and select OK. So it's showing. So we set the height to few parents and then the width to few parents. So we have it there. And then this height, this last button. Okay, for the Mario, the visible, we put it at hide. So it's hidden. It's there now, but it's hidden. So let's um okay, let's pick this and change it to show the name. Show. Oh, sorry, hide, not show or disappear. Yeah. And then change the shape also to rounded. Reverse the text color to white. And then the text background color to black. Font bold. Fill to parents. Okay. All right. So just leave it this way. It's a simple app that we are building. We have some non-visible components. Like we can, there are some components like The sensor now, this accelerometer is a non-visible component. You don't see it on the screen, but it's there. So you see it under here, non-visible components. So you can also write a code on it. Okay, so we are done with our front end. And like I told you, we have the front end and the back end. The front end is where you do all your designs, you design your app. The back end is where you write your code. And also, sorry, and also, um, where's my annotation to? Under project here, it takes you back to your project sites, connects, build, settings. I want to talk about this part. So under the project, it takes you back to your project, or if you want to write a new project, or you want to save your project, and so on. Connect allows you to connect it to an emulator, AI companion, or an emulator that you can use to test your program. Remember, it's a mobile application, so you really can't test it on the system to see how it will work. So you need a phone to do that. Then build. When you are done, you can build it to an APK file. Let me take this off. You can build it to an APK file, or you can Android app bundle that can also be used somewhere else. So under settings, you can go into set your interface and other things. All right, so now let's also change let's edit the settings of these buttons. So I'm going to change this button, rename it to magic button, BTN. So image, the name can be Mario image, Mario IMG. And then this button is hide button, BTN. You can put an underscore, but you can't put a space. Okay, I'll leave this as it is. All right, so we are done from the front end. Let's go to the back end now. You click on blocks. So it takes you to the back end. On the back end here, we have list of control, pretty much like you have in Scratch. You click on control, you see all the blocks under control, right? Under logic, we have blocks here. Under math, we have blocks here, all right? Under text, we also have blocks under text. List, we have blocks under list. And then dictionary, we also have blocks under dictionary. Colors, we have blocks under colors. Variables, we have blocks under variables. Procedure. Okay, so, and then you will now see those components that you use, the magic button, Mario EMG, hide button, accelerometer sensor. So the simple code we are going to write is, if you click on this magic button, the image will appear. If you click on this button, the image will disappear. It's that simple. So we'll come to the magic button and bring out when magic button dot click. You can see we have different blocks under it. So when magic button dot clicks, you want to hide the image. Remember, sorry, you want to show the image. So you go to the image. You look for the property of the image that depicts it, you seeing it. So we have alternate text, clickable, height percentage, picture. Okay. So image picture, but that's not where we're going. Rotation, scaling, visible. So image.visible is what we're looking for. So making the image visible, we'll set it to true. So you come to logic and then you speak out true. So that is the block. So when you click on the image, it should show. So you want to do the same thing for the hide. You can just right click, duplicate this. And this other button is what we're using, hide button. Image.visible will now be false. And then our code is ready. It's that simple. Now, so I brought out the accelerometer sensor to write another code. Maybe you want it to, if the image is showing, it should hide. If the image is hiding, it should show. So bring out accelerometer.shaking. So meaning you can shake your phone to either hide the picture or show the picture. So we can use an if to do that. Say if, else. So we use if else. So if image was this visible, uh, if, let's go to the image property. Okay, we'll get an equal to, sorry, maths. We'll get an equal to first. Where is the equal to? So if image.visible is true, then image.visible, set image.visible to hide. If image.visible, so we get it here. That's the get, not the set now. This is the set, the get image. Image, you can bring any of this and then just change this height to visible. If image.visible is equal to true, we can duplicate this to get what we want. Then set image.visible to false. So we can duplicate this. Else set image.visible to true. That is, if it is not. So if you shake it, it will hide if it is not showing. If it's showing, if you shake it, it will disappear. So that's how it's going to work. So we are done with this. To test our code, because this class is recorded and I'm using internet to record it, and I cannot use my emulator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on. I'm going to build it and package it. So Android APK. And I'm going to send it to my phone. Um, okay. Okay, so more. Switch accounts to this. Okay, so if I scan this, it should show or I can download the APK. Let me download the APK. It's 4 MB. Start download. Okay, so open folder. So it's my test.apk. And I'm just going to send it to where I can easily get it opened. Okay, so I'm sending it to my WhatsApp, and then I'm going to be joining with my phone as well. Let me get the link. So let me click on join. 898 939. Okay, let me put in my passcode. 738818. Okay, so I have to take down one of the volume for it not to be clashing. All right. Okay, so I am here now. Let me now
Now share
share my
my
screen
screen
on the
on the
phone.
phone.
I will
I
have to
will have
stop
to stop
sharing here.
sharing.
Okay, so
So
share
the
screen.
screen.
All right.
All right.
Now my
Now my
screen is
screen
being
is being
shared.
shared.
What I'm going
What
to
I'm going
do
to do
is
is
go to my
go to my
WhatsApp
WhatsApp
and
and
download
download
the app.
the app.
So it's currently
It's
being
currently being
downloaded.
downloaded.
Now, one
Now
thing is
one thing is
because this
because
app
this
is
app
not
is not
on
on
Google Play
Google Play
Store,
Store,
I might be seeing
you
it
might
as
be
a
seeing it as
virus.
a virus.
They will
They will
override and just
override and
try and
just run.
install. It's currently
It's
being
currently being
installed.
installed.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh,
Uh,
just give it
just
some
give it some
time.
time.
If it's not
If
going
it's
again,
not
let
going
me
to let me
abort it and
abort
then start again.
that again.
Install.
So
Okay, so let me
Okay, so
open it
let me
now.
open it now.
Now the app
Now
is
the app,
open. So if I click on the
click on the
magic,
magic
it will show.
show.
If I click
I
on
click on
disappear, it will
disappear.
disappear. Let me try
Let me
and
try
shake
and
it.
shake.
Can you see?
Let's see.
I shake
I
it, it
shake it to
shows.
show.
Shake it, it
Shake it
hide.
to hide.
Shake it, it
Shake it to
shows.
show.
Shake it, it
Shake it
hide.
to hide.
If I keep
I keep
shaking it,
shaking it.
showing and
Showing
hiding.
and hiding.
Showing and
Showing
hiding.
and hiding.
And if I
If
click
I click
magic, it
magic,
shows. Show
show
disappear, it
disappear.
hide. So it's
Hide. So it's
working
working
perfectly.
perfectly.
All right.
All
So
right. So
thank you
thank
very
you
much for
very
this
much for
video.
this video.
Practice on your
Practice on your
own
own
using
using
everything that I
everything
have
that I
taught
have
you,
taught you,
and let me
and let me
get your
get your
feedback.
feedback.
All right.
All
I
right.
hope
I
you
hope
have
you
learned
have learned
something today.
something.
I'll see
I'll see
you
you
in
in
our
our
virtual
virtual
class.
class.
Bye.
Bye.